Welcome back to Recon by Fire. For today's match, the Imperial Knights are bringing Canis Rex, a squad of Voidsmen, 6 Warglaves equipped with Meltas, 3 Helverins equipped with Stubbers, the Navigator for the 12-inch no-fly zone, and a Calidus Assassin. The Necrons are bringing a Void Dragon, 2 squads of Scarabs, a squad of Warriors, another Warrior squad led by an Overlord, a Heavy Destroyer flying solo, a squad of Immortals, a Plasmancer leading a squad of Destroyers, a Reanimator, the Nightbringer, and a Monolith. For today's battle, deployment will be Hammer and Anvil. Mission is Taken Hold, and mission rule is Prepared Positions. Top of round 1 and secondaries for the Imperial Knights are Extend Battle Lines and Assassination. Start of the movement phase, the Helverin will step forward and secure the objective. Warglaive will advance to secure the objective. Green Warglaive will move forward to stage for the following turn. And that is going to end the turn for the Imperial Knights, scoring 5 points for Extend Battle Lines and discarding Assassination for a CP. Necrons will hyperphase the Void Dragon and the Nightbringer. Bottom of round 1 and the Necrons draw Extend Battle Lines and Engage on all fronts as secondaries. Start of the movement phase, Scarabs move forward to secure Engage on all fronts. Warrior squad will pop out of the building to gain line of sight. Canoptek Reanimator pushes forward to maintain the regeneration aura. Start of the shooting phase, the Warriors will fire everything into the green Warglaive, managing to score 1 wound. Going into charges, the Scarabs make their charge into the silver Warglaive. Scarabs hack and slash into the Warglaive, managing to score 1 wound. Warglaive will crack back, managing to kill one of them and wound a second. That will end the turn for the Necrons, scoring 2 points for Engage on all fronts and discarding Extend Battle Lines for a CP. Top of round 2 for the Imperial Knights, and they draw Cleanse and Secure No Man's Land as their secondaries. They score 15 points for controlling 3 objectives. Start of the movement phase, the Warglaive moves in on the Scarabs. Canis Rex will slide over with a pivot. Helverin pops outside the wall to see the Warriors. Warglaive has no good firing lanes and simply stages for the following turn. Calidus Assassin will move forward so her Vect Aura splashes on 2 objectives. Necrons will rapid ingress the Destroyer squad. Imperial Knights spend a CP on Squire's duty targeting the Warriors. Warglaive in combat fires into the Scarab squad, picking up 2 of them. 2 Helverins and Canis Rex all fire into the Warrior squad, managing to kill all but 4 Warriors. Ongoing combat, the Scarabs manage to take 2 more wounds off the Warglaive, and in return it kills 1 and wounds another. That is going to end the turn for the Imperial Knights, scoring 4 points for cleansing 2 objectives and 5 points for secure no man's land. Bottom of round 2 and the Necrons draw Recover Assets and Defend Stronghold as their secondaries for the turn. They'll score 5 points on primary for controlling their home objective. In the command phase, the Scarabs will heal. 5 Warriors stand back up. Start of the movement phase, these Scarabs will move closer to the center. Warriors retreat back into the safety of the building. Destroyer and company move in on the Helverin guarding the objective. Destroyer comes out from around the wall. Necrons will use Cosmic Precision to bring the Nightbringer within 3 inches of the Warglaive so it is able to recover assets in no man's land. Immortals will arrive from Strategic Reserves. Warriors arrive from Strategic Reserve. Destroyer and Immortals fire into the Warglaive, knocking off 2 wounds. Moving to charges, the Destroyer squad makes their charge into the Helverin up against the wall. They hack and slash into it, managing to leave it at just 2 wounds remaining. The Helverin fails to do any damage on the crackback. Ongoing combat, the Warglaive will pick up 1 Scarab and the 1 remaining fails to score a wound. That is going to end the turn for the Necrons. They will hold on to both secondaries until the end of the next turn. Imperial Knights will pick up the Calidus Assassin. Top of round 3, and the Imperial Knights will draw Overwhelming Force and no prisoners as secondaries. They control 2 objectives and score 10 points on primary. Start of the movement phase, the Warglaive will take over the center objective. Warglaive decides it will assist its fellow squire. Helverin will come out from hiding and stage for next turn. Warglaive will fall back, running away from the Nightbringer. Green Warglaive will move in on the Destroyer squad. The wounded Helverin will decide to fall back. Canis will move on to the template to be able to shoot out and prep for the charge. And the final Warglaive will follow Canis into combat. Helverin will make a minor adjustment to continue to screen out the backfield. Start of the shooting phase, the Helverin will pick up the final Scarab. Canis absolutely pops off on the Destroyer squad, managing to pick up all of them, unfortunately leaving no one on the objective. Green Warglaive will split fire, bringing the Destroyer down to 1 and killing an Immortal. Helverin fires into the Destroyer and manages to finish the job. That is going to end the turn for the Imperial Knights. They are going to score 5 points for Overwhelming Force and 5 points for no prisoners. Necrons are going to score 3 points for Recover Assets and 3 points for Defend Stronghold. At the end of the turn, they pick up the Warriors. The Monolith will bamf out as well. Bottom of round 3, and the Necrons are going to draw Containment and Assassination as secondaries for the turn. While we wait for the Necrons to start to regenerate, maybe you take a minute and consider tapping that subscribe button maybe? Once they are fully healed, the Necrons will score 5 points for controlling 1 objective. Start of the movement phase, the Immortals will hide inside the nearby building. Warriors push back out into the center. Reanimator secures the home objective. Scarabs will also push back. Nightbringer will advance the stage for the following turn. The Monolith re-enters the battle, able to conduct an action and still shoot. Necrons spend 1 CP to deep strike within 3 inches and land just outside of the Navigator's bubble with line of sight. Void Dragon arrives with line of sight on the Helverin. Imperial Knights rapid ingress a Warglaive behind enemy lines. Start of the shooting phase, and the Void Dragon's psychic attack brings the Warglaive down to 9 wounds remaining. The rest of its ranged attacks leave it at only 3 wounds remaining. Next up, Warriors will fire into the Warglaive on the center objective and manage to knock off 4 wounds. Monolith into the same Warglaive absolutely obliterates it. And the Warrior squad picks up the Navigator. Void Dragon attempts to charge the Helverin, but fails its charge even with a CP reroll. That is going to end the turn for the Necrons, scoring the full 5 points for Assassination and 3 points for Containment. Top of round 4, and the Imperial Knights draw Containment and Behind Enemy Lines as their secondaries. They'll score 5 points for controlling 1 objective. First things first, the Warglaive will rush the Necron home objective. Second Warglaive will join in on the festivities. Canis Rex will do his best Kool-Aid Man impression. Helverin will run away from the Void Dragon. Second Helverin will also bravely run away. Warglaive, with 2 wounds remaining, decides to follow suit and hides inside the building while guarding the home objective. Warglaive runs off the objective to push into enemy territory. Final Helverin will take its place. Calidus Assassin will land behind enemy lines to give out that sweet Vectora. Squire's Duty targeting the large warrior squad in the center. Helverin will fire into the squad, managing to pick up a handful of them. Necrons are then going to bamf them out thanks to Hyperphasic Recall. It's only going to cost them 2 because they pulled models to pull them outside of the Vectora. Warglaive into the Reanimator leaves it at 3 wounds remaining. Warglaive into the Scarabs picks up 2 of them and leaves another wounded. All 3 Armigers fire into the warrior squad that was behind enemy lines and picks them up. Warglaive actually makes its long bomb charge into the Immortals with an 11. Warglaive makes its dual charge and tank shocks the Reanimator, but thanks to Feel No Pain, it only takes 1 wound. It is going to sweep with 2 attacks into the Scarab and 6 into the Reanimator. This proves to be just enough to take both of them down. Warglaive into the Immortals does enough to pick up 3 of them, and the Necrons decide to remain out of combat. That will end the turn for the Imperial Knights, scoring 4 points for behind enemy lines and 6 points on containment. Necrons pick up the Void Dragon and the Monolith. Bottom of round 4, and the Necrons draw No Prisoners and Cleanse as their secondaries. They have chosen Command Insertion as their secret mission. They hold no objectives and score 0 on primary. 1 CP activates Reanimation Crypts, which allows them to regenerate while in reserves. Start of the movement phase, the Immortals will push towards the home objective. 3-inch Deep Strike allows the Warriors and the Scorpec Lord to land danger close to the Imperial Knights objective. Nightbringer comes in 9 inches away from the 2nd Helverin, and the Void Dragon will also join the fray. Monolith teleports in on the objective with line of sight on multiple units. Going into shooting, the Warriors will unload on the Silver Warglaive and fail to score a wound. The Void Dragon and the Monolith both fire into the Helverin on the objective. Imperial Knights will rotate ion shields in an attempt to keep it alive, but the firepower proves too much and down it goes. Immortals into the Warglaive, scoring a single wound. Moving on to charges, both the Void Dragon and the Nightbringer fail their charges into the Helverin. The Immortals make their charge into the Warglaive on their home objective, failing to score a wound and losing 1 in the process. That's going to end the turn for the Necrons, scoring 2 points for No Prisoners and 2 points for Cleanse. Imperial Knights are going to pick up the Kaldis Assassin at the end of the turn. Top of round 5 for the Imperial Knights, they will draw Area Denial and bring it down as secondaries for the turn. Knights spend 1 CP to auto-pass the Grey Warglaive's Battle Shock test, scoring them the full 15 points on primary. Warglaive will move on to the objective. Warglaive moves in on the Monolith. Canis Rex will move within 24 inches of the Monolith. Wounded Warglaive makes a move towards the Necron Warlord, and they will fire Overwatch for free, managing to take it down. Voidsman will move in on the Warriors. Helverin will move block the home objective. Warglaive retreats to defend the home objective, and the Kaldis lands near the Monolith. Start of the shooting phase, the Imperial Knights will target the Monolith for Squire's duty. Canis Rex, the Helverin, and the Warglaive all shoot into it. That proves to be just enough to take it down. Voidsman, Helverin, and Warglaive all fire into the Warrior squad, leaving 2 Warriors remaining. Warglaive makes its charge into the squad, and Imperial Knights will tank shock, scoring 2 wounds. Voidsmen make a solid charge surrounding what remains of the squad. Warglaives pick up the Immortal squad, cleaning up the Necron deployment zone. Voidsman and the final Warglaive fail to down the Warlord. At the end of the phase, it will use its Resurrection Orb ability to resurrect the entire Warrior squad. Oof. That is going to end the turn for the Imperial Knights. They're going to score the full 5 points for Area Denial and 6 points for Bring It Down. Last turn of the game, and the Necrons will draw behind enemy lines and bring it down as secondaries. Start of the movement phase, the Warriors and, more importantly, the Warlord make it on the Imperial Knights' home objective. Nightbringer will move towards the 2 Armigers. The Void Dragon will follow suit. Warrior squad and the Void Dragon unleash fury on the Helverin, taking it off the objective. That is going to end the turn for the Necrons, scoring 2 points for Bring It Down, 5 points for controlling 1 objective, 4 points for having 2 units behind enemy lines, and a whopping 20 points for successfully completing their secret mission. That makes the final score 61-90 in favor of the Imperial Knights. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, please do consider sharing it with a friend, as it would mean quite a bit to us. But until next time, as always, happy gaming.